Okay, we have a meeting room that's rapidly filling up. Thanks very much to Lisa's assistance. Greatly appreciate it. Yeah, I'm not sure when Zoom made this change that's requiring either password, so everyone to wait in a waiting room, either with a password or to be manually admitted, which is what we're doing right now. But I think it just started today or the last couple of days. So probably a new security step for Zoom for people that are bombing into meetings that are uninvited. We're never worried about them. I know that one of you is just going to sign them up into CFX anyway, so that's never been a big concern of mine. That said, we've got a lot we want to cover, and we don't want to take any more time than is required. A very special welcome to those of you who are here for the first time, looking at this information for the very first time, and also a very special welcome to those of you who are already using the platform and are here simply to review the information another time and become more familiar with all the ins and outs and the aspects of CFX, what makes it tick, why they are as successful as they are. So let's dive right into our curriculum for today. Now, we're going to skip right past our 5-minute clock and into this very short definition at the bottom of the slide describing CFX. Success in the global Forex market is only a few mouse clicks away. Now, listen, there is a great deal of time, money, and expertise that's gone into the development of this platform to make sure that a statement like that is even possible. Facilitate that statement, of course, is the next step. And an incredibly organized and hardworking corporate team is required to facilitate this kind of result. For those of you who know nothing at all about the Forex market, the statement may not be terribly impressive. For those of you who understand how tricky the Forex market can be and how many years it takes to really develop the skills to be successful in the global Forex market, you fully understand the power and the magnitude of that statement. This is an industry, the global Forex industry, where there is an opportunity for incredible success. This is the industry that governments play in, that banks play in, multinational corporations play in, central banks. Of course, every country has their own central bank. They're heavily invested in the global Forex market. And then, of course, commerce itself. Imagine, for example, a car manufacturer that's having components made in another country. And where they're paying for the components that are made in another country, they're not paying in their own currency. Of course, they're paying in the local currency of the country that's doing the work for them. So all of those things contribute to the global Forex market, the global travel industry, trillions of dollars every year. So it makes this the largest, most liquid financial market in the world. So we're going to watch a little 30-second video, and then we're going to dive into the meat of our presentation for today. Just going to double check and make sure you can hear my audio, and you can. This year, we are seeing the dream of financial freedom being pushed further and further away from millions of people. Record business closures and massive global layoffs are pushing people's budgets to the breaking point and having a dramatic effect on their quality of life. Many people are being forced to survive on credit, paying today's bills with tomorrow's wages. This is a guaranteed path to financial disaster. Are you currently enjoying the lifestyle that you're working so hard to achieve? In contrast to these statistics, the wealthiest of our populations increase their net worth year after year, and they're able to accelerate their wealth during economic downturns. How is this possible? Financially experienced people put wealth-building principles to work for them, rather than trading their time for a wage. In the following video, we'll introduce you to two of these powerful principles and show you how you can get them working for you right away. At CFX, we believe the opportunity to create financial abundance is the right of every person. A better life can begin now. Start your journey with us today. It will be the most empowering change you've ever made. So there's a couple of important things that were said in that very short video. And one of them was, at CFX, we believe it is a right for all people to create financial abundance for themselves. Now, I realize that that is a statement that almost sounds too fantastic to be true when you consider the state of various economies around the world. But you'll see as this presentation progresses that there were some steps and design elements in place to ensure participation for individuals regardless of where they live. It doesn't matter whether you're living in a developing country or if you're living somewhere in the Western world. It doesn't matter what your monthly income may be. It doesn't matter what your workload may be. This was designed to be a platform that anybody could participate. In fact, it doesn't even matter the quality of your country or your city or your region's connection to the internet, which would be something normally for a trader that would be critically important. And so many things have been considered to allow members to join this platform from anywhere in the world. And we're seeing that happen. More than 190 countries now, 190 countries around the world have CFX members in them. And we're seeing growth continue to accumulate or accelerate exponentially. What's interesting, though, is, and some of you have had the opportunity to speak with the owners of this platform, as guests, it's important for you to understand that what we're going to be doing is interacting with the audience of members that are already part of the CFX family. We're going to do this specifically for your benefit, guests. So you don't just need to listen to the information I'm going to share with you, but you'll also have opportunities for testimonials and personal experiences in the chat room as well, so that we can make this as valuable a time spent for you as it possibly can be. Many of you have heard the owner of the platform, who we'll introduce in just a couple of minutes, discuss how and when all the work initially started to build out the CFX platform. And we'll also talk about all of the expertise and the corporate staff behind this as well. But before we do, I want to discuss two industries with which CFX has a very significant footprint. And one of them is the e-learning industry. Now, this is an industry that many people probably paid very little attention to pre-COVID. But all of a sudden, your children are having to come home from school and study from their tablets and their laptops. All of a sudden, you are being told to leave the corporate office and go home and do your work from home. Many people have been disrupted by what's happened over the course of certainly the first half of this year, and what we're starting to see now is, unfortunately, a bit of a flare-up again, where probably many more people will be inconvenienced. But the economic damage that's coming from this COVID year as it relates to small and medium-sized businesses, which really are the lifeblood of any economy for any country, that's where I think the damage is really being felt. And so the fact that CFX can be a legitimate supplement, and I know that some of you, in fact, because of certain challenges that you've received financially as a result of this COVID year, have dug in. And I'm hearing stories of people actually replacing their incomes in a relatively short period of time using this platform. It's absolutely music to my ears, and I love the fact that it's possible for you. And we certainly love hearing those success stories. And we'll give you an opportunity to share a couple of details with guests as this presentation progresses. Now, in regards to e-learning, one of the things that I think is very impressive that many people perhaps were not aware of is that learning in an e-learning environment, in other words, in an environment where you're controlling the environment. It's not a classroom where there's potentially dozens of different distractions, 40 to 60% less learning time required than in a classroom environment. I think many people, many parents especially, are probably just becoming aware of that. Now, on the other side of the screen, we have the other industry with which we participate, and that's the global Forex market. The screen that you can see in front of you has a very simple example showing the size of that global Forex market in contrast to the futures market, the equities market, et cetera. And it is absolutely immense. As I mentioned earlier, the largest, most liquid financial market in the world, with excess of $5 trillion being traded as a daily average. And because of the size of that market and some other aspects to that market, we are seeing that it's historically proven to be recession-proof. Now, this is over a number of years and a number of financial crises, not just this year. In fact, those of you who have been using the CFX platform all throughout 2020 and earlier into 2019. So in other words, you were using the platform all through the COVID challenges we've experienced so far. Please go ahead and make a note in the chat with a 1 confirming or 2 denying that you have seen consistent winning trading days, day after day, week after week, month after month, since you first started participating in the platform. Now, at the bottom of the screen, you can also see there's a great deal of flexibility when it comes to risk management. Now, in an automated platform such as CFX, that doesn't mean much to you, but behind the scenes to the engineers and the programmers and the specialists that are using the technology, that are using all of the programming in the trading side. This risk management flexibility plays a key role in the success that we've been able to see since the company first launched, which was just around 14 months ago now. You also have the ability to leverage and compound, and this is a 5-day per week market, not 7 days per week as an arbitrage or cryptocurrency trading or e-commerce. 5 days a week, Mondays to Fridays, weekends are off. So a little bit about CFX specifically, the purpose. The purpose of the platform is simple, and many of you have heard it directly from the owners themselves. This was built, number one reason this was built, to create a very simple, easy access point to a very complicated financial market, so that anybody, even if they only had a smartphone, could participate successfully in the global Forex market and add some quality, financial quality to their lives. How they're doing it, the positioning of the company, very simply, is using technology, often referred to as an EA, which is an abbreviation for expert advisor. And we'll talk more about that technology in just a couple of minutes. But first, I'd like to introduce you to the founders, the principals of the company, Huascar Lopez and Edwin Abad. Now, if you've had an opportunity to meet Huascar or Edwin, I'd also like you to make a note of that in the chat as well. So if you flew down to Panama during the official launch of the company, please make a note of that in the chat for our guests to see, that these are not just snapshots we've pulled off of Facebook, but these are real people. And not only are they real people, but they're real successful people. So these are individuals that have a very significant track record of success. They were not looking for their first significant business success. I don't typically align with platforms that are owned by individuals that don't have a very significant amount of experience. And it's no criticism of those owners. It's just that in business, there are so many challenges that are unforeseen when you're first creating your business model, that if you don't have significant experience launching new companies, there are so many potential roadblocks and obstacles and hurdles. I just don't personally like putting myself at risk like that. So when I've met owners, that it's very obvious to me that they've run large companies before, they've built startups before, and they've been very financially successful before. Well, that speaks volume as to the mathematical chances of their repeating that success with future endeavors. What's especially important here, though, is that they are not strangers to the trading space, and they're not strangers to network marketing, which is wonderful. And they're also not strangers to Forex. Edwin Abad is a Forex. He's passionate about Forex. A Forex enthusiast, I guess, is probably the best way of putting it. But he had assembled this trading technology more than a year, well more than a year before CFX even existed. He shared it with his friend Huascar, who is a very successful cryptocurrency trader and entrepreneur. And they tested and tested again and continued to test for a prolonged period of time before they thought, this perhaps is something that we can build a company around. And so they contacted very good friends, Ron Pope. Now, many of you have also had an opportunity to hear from Ron Pope. He owns a company in Las Vegas, Nevada called the Conversion Pros. If you've been in the network marketing space for multiple years, the Conversion Pros builds marketing tools, back office technologies, social media instruments for multiple companies in the industry. So the Conversion Pro name you may have heard of before. Very, very high integrity individuals, very skilled professionals that work under their corporate umbrella, more than 30 full-time professional traders that are based in the United States or based in Canada. Ottawa, Ontario is where their office is for their Canadian traders, programmers. And as a group together, they built the back office that you use every single day. They've built all of the infrastructure where you check data regarding your growing teams, or if you're a customer in CFX, focus purely on trading, how you would access your trade results, how you would withdraw them. Everything is built in-house. And this is one of the attributes and focuses of Huascar and Edwin, making sure that all of the technology that's important to you in the day-to-day operations of your CFX business are all owned and operated by CFX. Nothing is farmed out third party. And that also extends to all the trading technology. We'll touch on that in just a minute. But before, I'd like to introduce you to the corporate offices. In fact, this is another area, unfortunately, that COVID had a major impact, a bit of a curveball, in that as a country, Panama was one of those smaller countries that virtually shut down. I know there are many of you in CFX in Singapore. That's a country that virtually shut down. Philippines virtually shut down. Many countries chose to take a very aggressive approach to managing COVID, and that means the ports were closed and so many other facilities, national facilities were closed, and that happened in Panama. So that deferred or delayed our launch of this office, which was supposed to happen in March/April of this year. But we're getting close now to having it completed so we can have an official ribbon cutting ceremony. Now, the reason that's important is because once that's behind us, this is going to be an open door policy. So any of you, if you find yourself wanting to vacation to this part of the world and you want to pop into Panama City, Panama, downtown, go to the RBS Tower on the 9th floor. CFX has purchased, not leased, purchased the entire 9th floor. And the reason that this was done as a purchase rather than a lease is it was simply an opportunity to show their long-term commitment to the project and their long-term commitment to us, members that are using the platform. So as an open door policy, if you have specific members of the corporate staff you'd like to meet, you'll simply obviously need to contact them in advance and plan your trip accordingly so you're sure that they're there in Panama. But if you don't really care about that and just want to have some videos and photographs taken and meet some of the people that are in the office, of course, you'll be able to go anytime as soon as that official opening has transpired. Okay, so here's the slide that most people get most excited about. And this is, of course, because this is ultimately what creates the results that members have been seeing for, well, months and months and months now. Now, remember, this technology was developed as proprietary to CFX, and money was being earned at a very high level for more than a year prior to this company being launched. This is very important because if you have some network marketing experience, you already know that the platforms and the people that do very well in the network marketing space generally get involved in companies that were built with a product first or product focused approach. If you have an idea that popped into someone's head and they build a compensation plan around an idea and it was really just for the sake of building a business, those companies tend not to be around too long. Products need to be proven. They need to be tested. They need to be able to stand the test of time. And also, of course, they need to have significant value. A, to attract people, and B, to keep people. So the fact that this technology, A, is owned by CFX creates a lot of value, but B, the fact that it's managed by them. If you look at the last sentence in the paragraph on the screen, it says, our team of professionals has extensive experience in both Forex trading and EA design and management. Now remember, EA is an abbreviation for expert advisor. It's a fancy way of saying software that's dedicated only for trading. That's all it does. So the EA that has been used for the first 14 months of CFX was the same EA that was used for a year prior to launching the company. And that was done. In fact, many of you who did tour the facilities, that office in Panama and have met the principals were at that launch event in Panama. Many of you also met some of the professionals behind the design of this because they were also at the event. In fact, many of you have been also recently watching a video that Justin Halliday did interviewing one of the representatives, a high-level representative from the partner broker that CFX uses called EverFX. And representation from EverFX brokerage was also at the Panama event. So you also, if you are a trader, have an opportunity to use web TV to verify trade activity and the caliber of the traders as well. So web TV is something you can access from your smartphone, from your tablet, or from your laptop or desktop in your back office. It's under the resources tab, and Monday to Friday, as long as one of the markets are open. Remember, if you're in Europe or North America, the Asian markets open first, so that's Sunday night for you, and the New York markets closed last on Friday. As long as one of those markets are open, you're going to see trading activity in Web TV. You'll also be able to see when you go to that Web TV tab, which currency pairs are being traded at present by CFX. And one of the things you'll notice if you are a trader is there's no exotic pairs being traded. If you're a trader, you probably also know why that is. There's obviously opportunity to make money trading exotics, but there's also usually high fees attached to that as well, big spreads attached to that as well. And so the company really is focusing on the 8 major currencies, major pairs being a pair that includes the US dollar, and minor pairs being a pair that's a major currency or major national country, but is not including the US dollar. So those are usually what you'll see traded on a regular basis. Now, this is a high volume trading system. So this is not a trading floor with 50 or 60 professional traders. This is a trading floor with a handful of traders that focus primarily on making sure the EA is running perfectly. They stay late at the end of every trading day, constantly poring over results and making sure that the technology is performing the way they want it to be performing. So that's why it's a high volume system, because it's computers that are doing the work for us. Now, of course, when COVID first hit, January, February, March, anybody that's running automation and there's a major disruption to economies, to any sort of trading environment, well, the first thing that you do if you have experience is you turn off your automation, because programs were designed to work under certain market conditions. And if those market conditions change too significantly, your software is going to do nothing but lose money for you. And so that's where we saw a drop in our trading results, as a team of professionals had to try to make up all of the work that software was doing. And so now we're finally starting to integrate back to the software. But what's great news, of course, especially for guests, if you're here for the first time, is through all of those transitions, turning off animated software or automated software, transitioning to live professionals having to pick up the load, we still had consistent wins, winning trading days, day after day. Now, that does not mean that they win every trade. That's absolutely impossible, and I know you all know that would be absolutely impossible. What it means is they have a higher percentage of winners than they do losers. And so at the end of every trading day, when all the winners and all the losers are added together, CFX takes a trading fee off the top, and all of the gains at that point are dispersed to members. And we'll talk a little bit more about that on the back end of this presentation. So at the very first, or at the beginning of this presentation, we talked about the 2 industries with which CFX has a significant footprint. Remember, it was e-learning and it was the global Forex market. So the CFX Academy brings us to the e-learning side of things. Think of this as an online university. Again, a team of experts, very skilled professional people, are focused on doing nothing other than building this online university called the CFX Academy. Now, this academy is broken into 3 series, and the purpose for the academy is twofold, and we'll talk about both of them. They're very important things. But the academy is broken into 3 series. First is the Elemental series, the second is the Advanced Professional, and third is Supreme. Now, one of the first major reasons for the existence of this academy is that CFX ultimately is going to be a full service trading platform, not just fully automated. Fully automated was launched first because it's the most difficult to get launched. It's the most difficult to facilitate fully automated for members. But we also know that 9.5 members out of 10, if given the choice, would love to see things fully automated versus semi-automated or fully manual. But we also know that there are some of you that want to develop the skills that can pay you for a lifetime if you can be successful in the Forex market. And so you're going to have an opportunity through this curriculum to learn how to be involved in the trading process, or to learn how to do all of the work yourself. In fact, when you get to the Supreme series, there's even opportunity for one-on-one coaching with live professional traders as well. The other key component or reason for the academy, if you have been involved in a home-based business in the past, and I refer to as home-based business as any network marketing business that you can work from home specifically is what I'm referring to, you know that those companies that are considered legacy companies, that stand the test of time, that once you've done your job, you've built a team of participants with you, and you've created an income source for yourself, whether that's $1,000 a month or $100,000 a month or more, it doesn't matter. The companies that last long-term, that keep your income intact long-term, are the companies that are always product-focused. In fact, according to federal trade law, the only proper way to structure a company like this is to have a real product with a real sale, and the only money that can go into a rewards plan, a sharing model, has to come from a real product sale. That's the only proper and the only legal way to do it. And so the Academy must be sure to pack a ton of value to be deemed a credible product. And that's exactly why so much expertise and time is going into the development of that Academy. Now, how do you interact with all of the automation in the Forex market right now through CFX? It's done through something we call a trading pack. Now, remember, I introduced you to the Academy a minute ago with 3 series: the Elemental Series, the Advanced Series, and the Professional Series. Each one of those series have 5 different trading packs attached to them. So we refer to this as a trading pack ladder. So there's 15 different steps in the ladder, starting at $300 US and working their way up 500, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. That's the first 5 steps in the first series. And then there's another 5 steps in the Advanced Series. And finally, there's a third 5 steps, making a total of 15 in the Supreme Series. And so the objective for members is simple. And that is, you start anywhere that you are comfortable starting, but you can use gains that you're earning through successful participation in the platform. And you can progress through these steps all the way towards the ultimate end destination, which is at the top of the ladder, which is a $100,000 trade package. Now, I know that several of you, maybe many of you, are already on a $100,000 trade package. If you are, you can make a note of the chat right now. But many of you are doing a fantastic job on your road towards a $100,000 trade package. So for the benefit of the guests in the room, I would like those of you who are members, if you are comfortable, go ahead in the chat. Let our guests know where you started in your trade package ladder journey, how long ago you started there, and where you are at present. That'll give guests an opportunity to see that it's not just 1 or 2 people that are having success moving through this trade package ladder, but the reality is all members are successfully navigating the trade package ladder. In fact, I will tell you that is the intention of the company. While it's not a certainty, because it ultimately is up to you, the participant, but it is the intention of the company to allow you to move all the way through the trade package ladder up to a $100,000 trade package. So if you're listening to this right now, it was the intention for the company to you at some point to be on a $100,000 trade package. That's why the structure was designed this way. In fact, on the second half of this presentation, in just a couple of minutes, we're going to talk about one of the key attributes why so many people are having so much success with this platform, and the fact that there is no monthly credit card charge. CFX does not take your credit card information down, and they do not charge you money on a monthly basis to participate like most Forex platforms do. And there's a very significant advantage for that. Because if you choose to get started at a very small trade package, $300, $500, $1,000, and you only had a smaller amount like that in the market, well, the reality is you could never afford to pay $100 or $200 a month auto ship. You'd be breaking even or losing money every month. And of course, nobody gets started in a small business to lose money. So the trade package ladder, climbing through this ladder, is actually what replaces a monthly credit card charge. And the reason why is very powerful. For those of you who want to maximize your gains in this platform, you have an opportunity to earn over and over and over again anytime that anyone that you refer to the platform climbs the ladder. I'm going to explain this to you in just a moment. So if you take a look at the text next to each one of these trade package icons, you can see there's 3 lines: Academy Pack, Trade Pool Deposit, and Leadership Program. So each one of these lines obviously has a very specific meaning. Academy Pack, if you take a look at the math or the number beside Academy Pack, you're going to notice that it's 30% of the value of the trade package that it's attached to. So for example, $1,500 is 30% of a $5,000 trade pack. $2,100 is 30% of a $7,000 trade package. $20,000, $6,000 Academy Pack, 30%. So it works exactly the same all the way through. Now, the other thing you'll notice on the second line is the balance remaining. So trade pool deposit is the remaining 70%. Take a look at a 50K trade package, for example. 30% of 50K is $15,000. And the remaining amount is $35,000. So it's the trade pool deposit is what's working for you in the global Forex market using the trade technology, all the proprietary technology that we talked about for the first half of the presentation. Very simple stuff. Now, the leadership program, you'll also notice the PV amount, that's personal volume, is 50% of the value of the price of the trade package. 40K is 20,000 PV. 50K is 25,000 PV. Now that'll become important in just a couple of minutes. So this brings us to a break in the presentation where I simply say there are many people that get involved in CFX as customers, simply using a good product to make a difference in their life. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. That's perfectly fine. But there are some of you who have decided you either need to or want to replace a professional income, or need to or want to supplement your monthly income because of what's been taking place this year. And there is a way to accelerate your gains in CFX. And that is very simply to be a spokesperson. To be a spokesperson for CFX. And as you drive traffic to the platform, you earn a bonus. It's no different than so many online businesses these days that are now saving millions, hundreds of millions, and potentially even billions of dollars in ad revenue and marketing dollars, and simply paying bonuses to members that refer to other friends and family members. And CFX is doing exactly the same thing. And the way they're doing it very simply is through what we call bear and bull capital. Now, bear and bull capital are just a play on terms. Obviously, we talked earlier about, and most of you, I think, know what a bear and bull market is. A bear market is a market that's consistently dropping, declining. A bull market is a market that's consistently rising. Now, remember, we said that this is largely a recession-proof. Forex market is largely recession-proof, so you don't typically see a bear or bull market in the Forex market because you're simply buying and selling one currency versus another. It's more of a play on terms that we're using here, but a bear capital represents individuals who are participating in CFX as a customer. So this is automated trading results that you're getting day in and day out, Monday to Friday. Now, as a customer, you can earn up to 2 times the value of whichever trade package you select. And we just went through the 15-step trade package ladder. So you can select any one of those and earn up to 2 times the value of that trade package. Or if you choose and you want to accelerate earnings further, you can recommend or refer the CFX platform to a minimum of one other person and completely open yourself up to the world of bull capital. And bull capital allows you to earn another up to 200% growth on whichever trade package you choose. So, for example, if you're using a $3,000 trade package, you can earn $6,000 in bear capital, but you could also earn an additional $6,000 in bull capital. So it's a significant jump if you choose to take advantage of it. And of course, the rank levels, that's where we got into the leadership program, the PV points, and we'll talk about that more in a moment. But before we do, I want to give you a 30,000-foot overview, just so all this stuff is crystal clear for you. So on the left-hand side of the screen, you can see an icon. It's a trade package icon. And above there, you see bear capital. Now, remember, bear capital is essentially the gains that you make through trading, automated trading activity. So 70% of the value of any trade package is being traded on your behalf. That's the trade pool deposit, trade pool participation. Now that can grow to a 200% gain of the trade package starting price. So $1,000 would make you $2,000. Now bull capital is the remaining 30%. Now that 30% is going to a product sale, as we alluded to earlier. So the 30% of $1,000 is $300. Now, if you start at a $1,000 trade package, for example, and $300 goes towards the academy, when you access the academy, you're actually going to have access to the $300 curriculum. That's the starting trade package, the $500 curriculum, and the $1,000. So if you choose to start somewhere in the middle of the trade package ladder, just understand that you're going to have access to the product from your starting point all the way back to the smallest trade package. Now, one thing you'll notice, 30% of a $1,000 trade package is $300, and look what the company's doing. They're giving the full value of the $300 to members. $150 as a fast start bonus, $150 as a unilevel bonus. They're keeping none of that for themselves. We'll explain how they can afford to do that in just a minute. So that opens up the potential of another 200% or $2,000 earned on a $1,000 trade package. Okay, so there's 3 options once you get to this point. Option number 1 is you can withdraw all of these gains. You'll pay a withdrawal fee, take all of your profits, put them in your pocket, and quit. Option number 2 is you can withdraw these gains, pay a withdrawal fee, spend $1,000 from your gains, and redo the whole thing over again. But there's a third option as well. And that's the option you saw most of the members participating as we talked about climbing the trade package ladder. Rather than spending $1,000 and repeating this again, if you want to take the third option, you must choose to take that option before you reach 200% growth in either your bear or your bull. But what you can do is withdraw some of your profits and move your trade package up from a $1,000 trade package to a $2,000 trade package, or anything beyond that if you want to as well. And the benefit in doing so is very simple. If I'm using a $2,000 trade package and 70% of the value of that is being traded for me, I'm no longer trading $700, I'm trading $1,400. So if we have a 1% trading day on Monday, I'm going to make a lot more money at $1,400 traded than I am $700 traded. Very simple. So that's the motivator for all of our members. Whether you're a customer or whether you're also taking advantage of the rewards plan, sharing CFX with others, regardless, everybody wants to climb the trade package ladder because their daily trade gains continue to grow. Very simple. Okay. So let's talk about each one of these elements in a little more detail. First of all, trade results. Now, remember, this is EA based. It's a high volume system. So when everything's running the way it's supposed to run, when we don't have any bizarre COVID activity that's turning the markets upside down and on their heads, you'll see sometimes hundreds or even thousands of trades in a single day. Now, remember, at the end of the day, all the winning trades and all the losing trades are added together. And from there, CFX charges its trading commission. We talked earlier about how can CFX afford to give a 100% value of the product sale to the field? Well, very simply, they're making their monies through trading activities, trading fees. So all of the gains for the day are dispersed evenly to all the members. Now, I'm saying evenly because there are many platforms out there, and you may have participated in some of those platforms that use bait as a higher offering for getting involved at a larger trade package level. For example, maybe a company would offer you 2% minimum if you get involved at a $30,000 level, and you only have access to a 0.5% minimum if you get involved at a $300 or a $500 level. But first of all, that's illegal. Secondly, I think it's immoral as well. It's called a pay to play, and that is not what's happening here with CFX. So apologies, I just got kicked out of my PowerPoint. I'll go back to full screen. There we go. So if we have a 1.35% trading day, everybody is going to see 1.35%. It really doesn't matter what trade package that you're using. Now, keep in mind, there's also a cap per week, and that cap is set at 15%. Now, when we first launched and our EAs were running at peak performance with a very strong Forex market, we were seeing sometimes 11.5, 12, 12.5, even 13% weeks. We haven't hit a 15% week yet, but we aspire to have that happen again. Just know that if we ever have a week that pays a surplus of 15%, you'll be capped at 15% trading gains for the week. Now, the next two slides talk about bonuses. So if you remember, at the bottom of that 30,000-foot overview slide, we gave you the bull capital. The bull capital is gains that you'll make through the sale of the academy. Remember, 30% of the value of any trade package goes to a product sale, and that 30% is going to you. So it's being split up into two different bonuses. 30% is being split up into two. And that's why this is called a 50% fast start bonus. Half of the money that went to the product sale. Another way of looking at the mathematics is 15%. Half of 30% is 15%. So if someone gets started with you at a $1,000 trade package, you're going to earn 15% as a fast start bonus. You'll earn $150 immediately. What's very important about this fast start bonus is you do not just earn this once, like you do with many product-based companies. You join a product company, many members join the mega pack, they spend $1,000 on products that company makes, and you're the sponsor, you make a bonus once. Here is very different. Not only is there no credit card fee for the members to pay, but every single time your friend that you referred takes a step up the trade package ladder, you earn another fast start bonus. So take away the credit card fee, take away the burden to the member, and yet you're earning the fast start bonus over and over and over and over, all the way through to that journey to $100,000. What's 15% of $100,000? It's $15,000. That's a very, very significant bonus. Many of the friends that I referred to the platform joined at $300 or $500 trade package. And so I got a 15% bonus, $45 or $75. But as they climbed that trade package ladder, I continued to earn over and over and over again. And so will you. Now, this unilevel bonus is the other half of that product sale. So in this particular case, if someone gets involved at a $1,000 trade package, 15% is $150 that goes into this bonus, this unilevel bonus. So let's break it all down so you can see exactly how you earn. Very simply, when you first get involved in the platform, levels 1, 2, 3, 4 of the unilevel are unlocked already. So you don't have to do anything to access levels 1, 2, 3, 4. And by the way, many of you I know have binary experience as well. There is no left side, right side in a unilevel. If you refer just one friend to a unilevel who refers 3 or 4 friends, who refers 5 or 6 friends, who refers 7 and 8 friends, all of that growth from that single recommendation of yours, you're earning on all of it. Important for you to understand, okay? And so anyone that you personally refer to a unilevel lives on your level 1. In other words, if you've earned a fast start bonus from someone in the unilevel, they're on your level 1. Now, how does your level? Well, very simply, people that live on your level 1 refer others that join them on their level 1, and that's your level 2. Level 2 people add anyone to their business, that's your level 3. Level 3 people add anyone to their business, that's your level 4. Now, all 4 of those levels are 10% levels. So if $150 enters the unilevel because anyone on any of those levels joins with a $1,000 trade pack, well, you're going to make 10% of the $150 that went to the unilevel. So you make $15 over and over and over again. And what's great about it is that individual that joined at a $1,000 trade pack or a $10,000 trade pack or a 30, whatever the case may be, as they climb the trade package ladder, it's another contribution to your unilevel. So again, even though there's no credit card fee for members to worry about, this is a recurring bonus that you're going to make money over and over again. Now, when you hit the rank of executive, and this gets back to those leadership points we were talking about, we'll explain in a minute, that unlocks levels 5 and 6 of the unilevel. Manager unlocks 7 and 8, director unlocks 9, President's Club unlocks 10. And in addition to that, and what's very important with a platform that is easy to share as this is, you're going to see very fast organic growth. Friends sharing with friends, sharing with friends. I mean, we're 14 months old, and I think we're approaching 80,000 members worldwide. So we're seeing some very accelerated growth for many of you in different parts of the world. And so it's important that there is an infinity bonus attached to the unilevel because it does not take long. In fact, let's do this for the benefit of our guest members. If you are already seeing growth in your unilevel beyond level 10, let us know in the chat and let us know when you got started, just so members can get a sense of how quickly that can happen. So the fact that you can earn to infinity on this unilevel is incredibly powerful because it doesn't matter where people share. It doesn't matter where your business grows. It doesn't matter how deep it gets. You're always going to get a bonus. And so this is going to contribute to your bull capital, just like your fast starts do. So the last bonus to share with you is called a matrix, forced matrix bonus. 3 by 10, the numbers afterwards are simply giving you a sense of the shape or the structure of the matrix bonus. So first of all, we need to explain, in contrast to the bonus we just discussed, the unilevel. Remember, in the unilevel, you can refer 1 person, 3 persons, 5, 10, 100. It doesn't matter. If you referred them, they're on your level 1. In the matrix, that's not possible because a level 1 for everybody's matrix is only 3 people wide. So I want you to think of it this way. The team that you have is filling both of these bonus structures at the same time. So all of the members in your group are part of both of these groups, both of these structures. So in the matrix, level 1 only has room for 3 people. So if you personally referred 5 friends to CFX, where do the other people go? Well, they go wherever there's space available. If you referred your first 3 friends, and those people very quickly referred their 3 friends, and then you referred your friend number 4, well, there's already no room for them in level 2. So they'll have to drop down to level 3. Now, the reason that this is a benefit is because the matrix bonus is open to everybody, not just people that are endorsing and recommending CFX. Even if you're using the platform as a customer and you have never told anybody about CFX, there is an opportunity if you're part of a fast-moving team where friends are dropped down under other friends, which is why you see all those arrows at the top, giving you examples of how placement may happen. Well, you could very easily, as a customer, end up having people down below you in your matrix. You didn't put them there because you're a customer. Someone else put them there because there was nowhere else for them to go. So that's how the matrix works. Now, for most of you, over time, the matrix is going to become your biggest paycheck, even larger than your trading results when you get to a $100,000 trade package. Because as this continues to grow organically, the way that you get paid from your matrix is from a withdraw fee. Remember in the 30,000 foot view, I gave you examples. There was 3 examples. Withdraw all your money, pay a withdraw fee and quit. Withdraw all your money, pay a withdraw fee and buy another $1,000 trade package. Or withdraw all your money, pay a withdraw fee and climb to the next package on the ladder. This is the withdraw fee I was referring to. It's 20% from anything that you withdraw. Now that's a big withdraw fee. But one of the first things that you learn as a new member is the company is keeping none of that. All of that 20% is designed for you to go back to teams, okay, for all of us to benefit from. So if you look in the second paragraph, that goes to 3 bonuses. First, it goes to the matrix bonus you see on the screen in front of you right now, half of it. Then there's a 10% matching bonus, and then 40% for leadership rank bonuses. So this matrix very simply grows in multiples of 3. 3 on your front line, and of course, those people can only have 3 on their front line, and then those people can only have 3 on their front line. So 3, 9, 27, 81, 243, etc. And that's how this will build out over time. So every single person in your matrix is doing withdrawals. Now, most of you, if you've been a member for CFX for some time now, what happens on Saturday? Saturday's payday. So in all of the chats and all of the rooms, including your back office, they're celebrating Saturdays for you to withdraw what have you been making. Now, sometimes you do, sometimes you choose not to. It's entirely up to you. But anytime you make that withdraw, half of the withdraw fee is going to this bonus. So let's take a quick look at how you make money. Okay, so there's green numbers running down the right-hand side. 3%, 3, 3, 5, 6, 10, 30, 20, 10, 10. Add them all together, that's 100%. So now you know where every dollar that's going that goes into the matrix. So for example, if someone on your level 7, now you look at the numbers in the center, 243 for level 5, 629 for level 6, 2187 for level 7. These are maximums. This does not mean you're going to have that many people in your matrix. It's entirely up to you. But this is how many people can fit on each of those levels. So let's say that one person that happens to be on your level 7 is doing a $1,000 withdrawal. A fairly slow withdrawal by CFX, or small withdrawal by CFX standards. A $1,000 withdrawal, 20%. That's a $200 fee. And $100, 50% of that goes into the matrix. Now that's a 30% payout. Look at the green number on the right. 30% payout. So $100 into the matrix from a $1,000 withdrawal means that you made $30. And the other $70 of that $100 fee is shared with all of the other levels. That's one person making one withdrawal. Now, this is where this bonus and all of the bonuses get very powerful, is you're going to get those bonuses every single time someone does a withdrawal. Whether the same person is doing it 4 times a month or they choose to just do one big withdrawal once a month. It really doesn't matter. Every single time they withdraw, you're going to earn. What's even more important is the fast start bonuses and the unilevel bonuses continue to grow in size as their teams grow in size, which means what? It means the size of their withdrawals is also getting larger, which means that your earning is getting larger. So again, this is a third very powerful bonus that pays you over and over and over again, even though none of the members in CFX have to pay a credit card fee. All right, let's wrap things up. So first of all, Force Matrix, anybody that you've referred to the platform that you've earned a fast start bonus from, you're also going to get a 10% match from their Force Matrix. So if you refer 5 people and they're all earning $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $5,000 in their matrix, you're going to get a 10% match of each of those totals. Now, if you look on the right-hand side of the screen and we compare this to progressing through the unilevel, Remember, progressing through the unilevel, you had to hit executive rank to open levels 5 and 6. You had to hit director to open 7, 8. Manager, and you had to hit director to open level 9, etc. Well, you can't use the same approach here because remember, customers are also allowed to make money in the matrix. And so customers can't hit ranks because they're not building teams. So what they've done instead is allowed the size of your trade package to determine how much you can earn from the matrix. So if you're on a trade package, $2,000, for example, you can earn levels 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the matrix. When you jump up to a $5,000 trade package, you can now earn from level 6. Over time, when you eventually jump up to a $10,000 trade package, you can now earn from level 7, etc. And so that's why that's how you access the entire matrix. So it's fair for customers, and it's also fair for team builders. All right, last page for us to discuss, and this is the leadership program. Now, CFX, of course, wants to highly reward anybody that shares the benefit of the platform with others. Why? Well, first of all, their mandate. Remember, their mandate was to make a difference and use the Forex market to help facilitate that difference. And so they want to honor that by making sure you're highly rewarded by sharing with others. You also need to remember, and I'm a big fan of Stephen Covey, who wrote the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And Covey and lots of other business mentors talk about how important it is to have win-win based business relationships. If all parties involved cannot win, eventually that imbalance will undermine the business model and it will be destroyed from within. So in this particular case, of course, CFX is winning as well, because if all of you go and share with another 10,000 or 20,000 or 50,000 members who all purchase trade packages, that adds to the total amount of capital that's being traded. And when that adds to the total amount of capital that's being traded, and CFX is charging a trading fee at the end of every trading day, of course, they're benefiting as well. Who else is benefiting? The broker is benefiting that facilitates all of these successful trades. Of course, the participant or owner of the trade package is benefiting on Monday to Friday. And then, of course, you're benefiting from all the different ways we've just discussed if you're recommending the platform to others. All right, so there are bonuses as you hit each one of these ranks. To specifically learn about how to reach those ranks, simply ask the person that had you come to this presentation, and they'll break it down. It just takes a moment to understand. So when you hit the rank of executive, you're also going to receive a $900, one of these new paper-thin iPad Airs with the foldable keyboard. If you don't need an iPad at present, you can also take 75% of the value of that reward as a Bitcoin payment directly to your Bitcoin wallet. When you hit the rank of manager, a very significant jump in price, $10,000 in value for a his or her day-date stainless Rolex, $10,000 or 75% of the value in a Bitcoin payment. When you reach the rank of director, then that's $15,000 all expense, 5-star vacation for 2, anywhere you want to go. Or, of course, you can take 50% of the value in a Bitcoin payment directly to your wallet. And then you had the President's Club, and we had 3 new President's Club members. I think it was this month. So you can see, for those of you who are guests, people are reaching all of these ranks. And in fact, we've got members that are getting very close to reaching this rank, $200,000 for anything or towards anything that Ferrari manufactures when you hit ambassador, and then $500,000 towards anything that Lamborghini manufactures when you hit global ambassador. It's also important for you to understand that there are people that already have the point requirements for ambassador and global ambassador. Why is that important to you? Simply put, that it tells you that all of this was architected with a purpose of members reaching these bonuses. So even if it took you 2 years or 3 years or 5 years or 7 years, who cares, as long as you get there. So with that, I want to say thank you very much for all of your time and attention. New week is just getting started. I hope it's fantastic. Now, remember, we meet again at the same link and the same time on Friday at the end of the week to wrap up. For those of you who are guests, please do us a favor. Make sure you contact the person that asked you to come to this presentation and simply let them know whether you are interested in being a customer, or even though you don't have all the answers yet, you know already you're interested in steering other people that matter to you towards the benefits of CFX as well. That'll help them get you set up properly. For those of you who are members and you were contributing to the chat that made the meeting just a little bit more beneficial for our guests, thanks very much for all your energy there. And I hope you all have a fantastic week. We'll see you at the end of the week. Thanks, Lisa, for your assistance and letting people in the room.